How are you all? My name is Nicole Yvonne and this is Healing on the Mat. Thank you for being here. As always, if you like what you see, please like, share, subscribe, and follow. We are in our somatic yoga series, and just know and remember that somatic yoga means that when we do these practices, we are slow and intentional to be focused on what is happening in our body, what type of emotions might rise up, what stress or tension we're holding on to, and how to release. And if you follow from the beginning of the series, you know that I told you a lot of times I gear my classes toward you all, but this time I am in a bit of a season where, it was personal. And so these classes are for me and you all are along for the journey. And so as we get into this next class, we got 2 more left today and tomorrow, and then we'll finish up this series. But as I was getting prepared and just practicing and trying to understand more, I came across a video by a lady named Bella Payne, and she is a voice coach. She teaches music lessons, but she is also into wellness and holistic healing and just understanding your body and a bunch of different wellness practices. And I felt like she was a safe person to follow and digest some of this information from. And again, I have been doing this for a very long time, but in the very beginning, I would practice about 3 hours a day. And so I got to play around with my body. No pun intended. I got to play around with my body in so many different ways in the beginning, just simply because I had more time. It was new and I got to engage so much more than I get to now. And so I've practiced with vibrations in the body before. I know how effective they are, but all the different mini plethora of practices that there are in order to strengthen your body and make it better and make it more high vibrating, I have not gotten to practice as much as I wanted to in recent years. And over the past year, I have had just a lot of stress and tension and negative just angst in my lower belly, in my groin, in my hips, and everything like that. And I've gotten a lot better. Like, it's starting to feel better than it has, but there's still a little tension in my lower back. There's still stress in my hips. I can tell you that a lot of that had to do with fear, just with everything that's going on in my life. A little bit of shame, and then there was a slight injury. So y'all know I tell you about the vibration plates. There's a reason that you should not overdo it. And I got on an industrial size machine and overdid it. And it pulled something in my groin that has been hurting for a while. Well, actually not my groin, my outer hip and like my glute connectors have been very strained for a while. So they're starting to feel better, but that was some of the things that I was struggling with. But there has been like just this nagging irritation in my lower belly, to the point that I woke up some days in the middle of the night just feeling like something was gnawing away at my nerves in my lower abdomen. And I've gotten rid of a lot of things. So over the past month, I have stopped eating wheat flour. I've stopped eating sugar, although wheat flour and Jesus, what's the other? Coffee. Sorry. My doctor told me that I really needed to let coffee go, and it has been very hard because I'm a coffee girl. But I gave up wheat flour and coffee about a month and a half ago. And in the past 2 weeks, I have also given up sugar and alcohol. So normally I would have a glass of wine, not every day, not even every other day, but I would have a glass of wine, or when I went out with my friends, I would have a cocktail. I have not done that. I did have sugar for Mother's Day and the day after because it kind of carried over, but that's it. And so I'm feeling a lot better. But all that to say, 2 days ago, I did a video. I watched a video that Bella Payne posted, and she talked about how we get to this throat chakra. And remember, if you go back through those other lessons, go back, watch all the videos from the beginning. But this low vibrating affects the high vibrating until we can learn to control the high vibrating where it affects the low vibrating. And so this voice is very powerful, in how you use it and what you speak to yourself and what you say really helps to settle the lower body. And so over the past 2 days, I have done this practice, and I will tell you, after I got done, we're going to get into the practice, but after I got done the first day, within 40 minutes, I felt my stomach activated. Like, you know, TMI, but I didn't have to go to the restroom, but it was gurgling and churning and working and operating like at a higher level within 40 minutes of me doing the practice. And today my hips still feel a little tight. These, you know, connectors still feel a little tension, but overall the angst and the stress that I felt in my lower belly, it just feels lighter. I'm not going to tell you that it's gone, but it does feel a whole lot lighter. So I am going to link her original video so that, you know, I give credit where credit is due. But this practice is a little, I'm gonna just say it, it's a little weird to say the least. It's the sound that I am gonna make and that I'm gonna teach you to make. Nobody wants to hear me do that through a whole entire video. So I'm going to teach you how to do it now, and you take the meat, leave the bones. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. But as we go into the next session, I wanted to give you this as a tip to use in these poses, because the next section is going to be, I'm going to just call it ground zero. It is all grounding poses. They are very much connecting you and your whole body back to the ground. And it is going to be a little bit more of a yin yoga. We're going to sit and rest in those. We won't have as much movement as we've had before. We're going to kind of rest in those poses. But excuse me, I didn't want to make a video where I was making this noise throughout the whole video. I wanted to teach you how to do it so that in your own home, in your own space, you can utilize the breath work and the practice within the practice that we're going to do for the fuller video. So just to warm up, I want you to bring yourself cross-legged, or you can sit with your legs out wide, either or, as long as you're grounded to this floor. Everything that touches the ground is grounded, and then the spine, you are upright in your posture, you are upright in your form and your position. That diaphragm has room to inhale and exhale, expand and collapse, and you have room to work through your rib cage. But your throat and your voice is a very powerful tool, and how you use it just simply by the shape of your mouth, and simply by how wide you open your mouth, simply by whether you keep your tongue up or you kind of press your tongue down. All of those things make a difference in the sound that comes out of your mouth. And I know that when we get into, I guess if you call it chanting, so to speak, some people veer left, but we are simply using a vowel, A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, A, E, O, U, if it was Spanish. And so in this practice, what we're going to do is open our mouth wide. You want to try to press the tongue down. You're going to take a big inhale, and then you're just going to let it out. And as you let it out, you want to hone it in where that vibration of the sound that you're making starts in your throat and it starts to press down. Remember all these practices that we were doing, the bottom up where it flows out. But remember, we've got that infinity circle. And so once we get up here, the throat and higher, we want everything to press back down. So I'm going to do it with you. In the beginning, just take a big inhale, let it out. This is a light one. You don't have to focus on your tongue being down this time. Just inhale, let it out. Now it's like a sigh of relief. You are letting out tension. You are letting out stress. Just think of you got through the workday. Now you start out high pitched, but as you let it go, it's starting to get a little lower and it's starting to settle a little lower. Whereas in the beginning, you feel it right in your nose or your nasal cavity. After you push it out some more, you feel it more in your throat and in your chest. We want to push it all the way down to our belly. These practices will help you to break up mucus and congestion in your sinus cavity as well, in your nasal cavity. And I've had sinus issues over the past few months. So remember that as well. Even like little gentle massages to your face will help break up your sinus issues. So do it again, one more time. Now, as you do that, you're imagining again that the sound is settling all the way down into your belly. Now, what she said do is to imagine a red light. Again, what is for you, what is not. But that red light, the color that we tend to see in the root chakra is red. And it is grounding. It is where we came from. Remember, I told you if you believe in how we were formed, it was in the Bible, it would be from red clay in the region that we would have been formed in. So inhale one more time. Now, We're going to focus on it being louder, and we're going to focus on it being more profound in the vibration. Try again. I'm going to cross my legs. Inhale. Ah. You want to try to press the tongue down this time. Inhale. Ah. Again. So as you're doing that, you're imagining that a red light is shining down into your throat, all the way down to your belly. And at the same time, subconsciously, you are reminding yourself that you are safe. Remember that this root chakra is, like I said, normally trauma. It is our fight or flight. It is us being stressed and worried and having fear about something that has happened, or shame about something that we have done in our past, and it's very low vibrating. So as you do this, subconsciously, you want to make sure that in addition to the red light and the sound, that you are reminding yourself that you are safe. You are reminding yourself that in this very moment, hopefully, there is nothing happening that could distract you or that could make you feel unsafe or uncertain. Right now, you are speaking neurological repetition in your mind that you are safe. And that when you believe a thing, when you hear a thing, when you can envision a thing, it helps your body to settle as if that thing is so. Okay, now we're going to try it again. And this time I want you to open up your throat, and I want you to lift your chin up toward the sky. That makes a difference in how far it travels down. By opening your throat and lifting your chin, you have more room. So just like we want our ribs to be able to open and expand, we want our throat to be able to open and expand. So inhale. Last time. Very good. Not only does it allow that air to go further, does it allow the vibrations to travel further, it makes your voice stronger. When you lift that chin up high and you open the throat, it makes your voice stronger, which is why I always tell my students it is not cocky or arrogant to walk around with your head high. One of the first things that we have to learn and understand and appreciate is self-confidence. It does not make you arrogant. It does not make you selfish when it's honed in correctly. It makes you more assertive toward your needs, speaking up for yourself. Remember, speaking up for justice. So that voice just got more vocal. It got more amplified. It got stronger in addition to settling down here. Now you speak as if you're approved. I find thyself approved. You speak as if you're worthy. You speak with a little more abundant and robust tone and sound to yourself. You speak with more clarity when we get to here. So I hope that this helped in practice, but I wanted to just give you this up front because me making that noise throughout a whole workout would get on my nerves. So I did it for myself for the past 2 days. I saw tremendous benefits within just 2 days, and I wanted to give that to you as an option to take into the second part of this practice. So if you find it to be helpful, if you felt some relief, please put it in the comments. Please go watch Ella Payne's video just to get the full ideal and theory behind it, and give her credit where credit is due, because I will always, make sure that I cite my sources, and I will say that I got this information from her. But get ready for the next video and make sure that you tune in and watch. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and following. And until next time, inhale life, exhale death, and I will see you